Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have been in Atlanta again doing travel ball. We are close to winding this travel ball season down, but that's why I only got one video out yesterday. I did one from a hotel, and then before I knew it, I was 9 o'clock getting home. So I wanted to start this video though. We've got BitBoy, who now apparently sees that he can get a lot of views by talking about XRP. But I still, even though I think he thinks he can get a lot of views by talking about XRP, I think I'm still interested in why all of a sudden he's supposedly hearing things. Listen to what he has to say. By the way, those of you that don't know, this is the guy's probably one of the biggest YouTubers in crypto.
Ripple is not Ripple is the overall behemoth of crypto, but he's been able to show me where Ripple fits into the banking cartel and where they fit inside the digital currency group, and in the moves that they're making right now.
I could have shown you 3 years ago
that the XRP army's been talking about for a long time, but he's been able to give me context and perspective to be able to understand how it all fits together.
We could have given you context and perspective a long time ago. I'm fine with BitBoy being on board the thing. It's just we'll set the XRP people aside and all this, and then, but now I'm saying it, and now I'm hearing it from my sources, whoever the sources might be. That's kind of annoying, but it's okay. I did meet him in Miami, and he was a nice, personable guy.
I guess the best way to say it is, it just hit different, and it opened my eyes to what's going on. And guys, I'm never going to come out here and tell you, even if XRP were to make me a billionaire, I would still not come out and be super favorable about the things about Ripple or XRP that I don't like. I won't justify those things because it's making me money, but it sure does feel good. It sure does feel good, and it will feel good when XRP is making people in my community rich. When it's making people in the XRP community rich, it's going to be great. So I guess once again, the message here is swim with the whales, do what the whales are doing, and the whales have already accumulated XRP.
Now, what he's about to say, I don't know if I heard this right, but what I really heard when he said it was almost as if he's saying the SEC lawsuit that all the world's a stage. That's kind of what I'm hearing here.
To be honest with you, that's why I'm not that worried about XRP going on one gigantic dump. I would actually kind of argue, I don't know, maybe the SEC entire lawsuit, maybe some people saw it coming and that was the accumulation point. Well,
maybe some people saw it coming. Maybe some people accumulated and saw it. My question is this: when they saw it coming, then they bought. When they saw it coming, and then it came and they bought. What else do they know that caused them to buy it? Did they know that? This is my question. Why would they buy it if they saw it coming, but then thought that it was something really bad for Ripple or for XRP? They wouldn't. It's almost like they would have to know that all the world's a stage. That's what intrigues me about what he's saying here.
People missed out when it went all the way down. God, didn't it go back down to 16 cents? It was extremely low. I wish I would have got a lot more during that time, but I'm sitting right now with about 200,000 XRP. I'm really considering adding on to that a good bit. We'll see what happens from here. But it's been really interesting seeing some of the comments from the XRP community. Someone called me the supreme leader of XRP, so I don't think that's necessarily true, but it did give me a good laugh. But we are putting XRP up as, now, look, I've shifted it. It is now a long-term hold for me.
He could be the supreme leader of Bitcoin maxis that didn't see it coming. I'd be happy with that title for him. Okay, but like I said, look, this guy, I met him personally, and you can look. I've met several people personally. I've met him. I've met Pompliano personally, and I can tell you this. BitBoy is genuine. I'm not going to go into Pompliano, but BitBoy, the guy's a genuine nice guy, and he's very personal. You don't get that creepy vibe off of him, I can tell you that. Okay, Gold Telegraph breaking news. Swift has announced the go-live of a service that will enable banks to verify payee account details before an international payment is sent, removing a key point of friction in cross-border transactions. Friction, there's that word. Where have I heard friction in payments? Where have I been hearing that the last 3 years? Okay, this was interesting right here from Tom T. Apparently, Flare Network launch update. Flare Network is currently undergoing completion of security testing and audits. The network will not launch until that process is thoroughly completed, providing the Flare community with the safest layer 1 smart contract blockchain platform is our number one priority. We aim to greenlight elements of the network and begin a token distribution airdrop sometime this month. Communication is very important to the Flare team, so please continue to follow us here. So they've got a Discord. And then David Schwartz weighed in on it. This guy asks David Schwartz, what do you think of Flare? Will you be holding or dumping your airdrops? And David Schwartz says, I will most likely hold the initial airdrop and sell the subsequent trickles. That's exactly what I will be doing because they're not going to drop it all at once. This thread went on a little bit. David, won't the price drop drastically if all were selling every month for tax purposes? I just hope it doesn't hurt Flare when we do. Probably, Andrew says, probably also why David raised the point that it's most likely best to have a single airdrop because it will ultimately likely lead to selling pressure, meaning bad for all holders as well as for Flare themselves. This is why people should listen to 160 IQ Schwartz and not try to shut him down. It's not him. It's not just him they've tried to shut down. When I brought this up, and remember how this all unfolded. There were people in social media, pro-Flare people, who came out and they told you, oh, well, here's the tax. Here's what Flare's tax people say, and now this whole argument's over. That's more or less what they came out and said. But no, we didn't let it go because we knew the ordinary income tax thing would be an issue. Well, and then that's when they decided to change the rules because they knew that it was going to be an ordinary income tax issue. And David Schwartz knew too. And he's telling the truth right here, just like I've been telling the truth. And even to this day, just because I brought that up as an issue, even this morning I've seen people trying to attack me that are all into Flare. And I've never done anything except tried to tell my audience the truth about what is going on. And ordinary income tax is going to be an issue. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. You go talk to your accountant and you'll find out, yeah, it is going to be an issue. But talk to your accountant to find out for sure. Now, that doesn't mean that we're anti-Flare. It just means that these are things that adults have to consider when they get airdrops, okay? We are adults out here, and even though the cancel culture says you're not allowed to speak, if you say anything that's anything that can be bordered on not being pro-Flare or whatever, you're not allowed to say it. That's tough. Look, I don't cuss on this channel, but that's tough shit, okay? Because as long as there are legitimate adult issues that are going to be involved here, we're going to talk about them. We're not going to not talk about them because somebody doesn't want us to. Grow up. All right. So I'm all in favor of David Schwartz being allowed to raise this without people trying to cancel him because he's right. Bottom line. So moving along. And then David Schwartz also said this, and I'm in full support of him being able to say this too. Proof of work provides mediocre security and mediocre decentralization at high monetary and environmental cost. Bitcoin Association has been made aware of a recent illegal block reorganization attack against the Bitcoin SV network by a malicious actor. We have zero tolerance for any illegal activity. In other words, nobody's building their financial systems around this. That does not mean that the Bitcoin people, that Bitcoin will not stay around and will not be something that can be a store of value. To what extent that is done as all this unfolds, who knows? But We're just saying that proof of work, well, I'm saying proof of work doesn't work. That's a Ryan Zagone quote, not mine, but I agree with him. Okay, crypto dim. This is also something that the cancel culture says we're not allowed to talk about, because according to them, because it hasn't been written on a piece of paper and put in front of them, quantum computers can only be invented in 10 plus years out. And therefore, we're not allowed to talk about it because it's not written down for them on a piece of paper. Well, I've given the example before of how I saw Patriot missiles when I was in high school. And before that, we thought we didn't have anything like that. We didn't have missiles that could shoot other missiles out of the sky, because Ronald Reagan had done the Star Wars program and then they scrapped it, supposedly because it didn't work. Then all of a sudden during the Iraq War, we see Patriot missiles shooting things out of the sky. Same premise here. Same premise with the atom bomb. They did the Manhattan Project. It was in secret. You didn't know about it until all of a sudden we had one. Neither did Japan. So you see how these things work? Well, a quantum computer might be more important than the atom bomb. Okay, probably is. A lot of this stuff is. So now this is the second article on quantum computing in the last week. First, China came out and said they had beat Google's quantum computer. Now, out of nowhere, Harvard MIT quantum computing breakthrough. We are entering a completely new part of the quantum world. Go figure. Then we had this from Anthony Pompliano, July 12th, 2021. Monday, we changed the game. Mysterious. And I retweeted it and asked if we were going to have Bitcoin cheeseburger. We shall see. And then we have this. We know that Jim Cramer has been activated against Tether. He's been told, he says in this clip that he has Chinese sources.
The biggest risk to the cryptocurrency ecosystem right now, so-called stablecoins, are like Tether. These are the ones that are supposed to be pegged to something in the real world, like the US dollar. You probably think they are, because most cryptocurrencies are too volatile to be used in actual transactions. Lots of people swap between Bitcoin and Tether, or Ethereum and Tether, when they want to do business. I think they're much more like stocks, but people want to claim their currencies. And that's how Tether's become the third largest cryptocurrency. Why is this such a significant risk? Because while Tether's ostensibly pegged to the dollar, it's not like it's sitting on a big pile of greenbacks. Instead, each of these stable coins is backed by Tether's reserves. And unfortunately, we don't really know what those reserves are, except that they include a ton of commercial paper, short-term loans to unspecified companies in unspecified regions. That's why I raised a bunch of questions about this thing, because we need those answers. I think they have adopted an ill-advised strategy with little transparency. Since then, we've had a lot of developments in the space, but not many answers. Instead, in the last months, lots of important institutions and politicians have started looking into the risk from stablecoins, especially Tether, perhaps at our incessant prompting. I think that's fine, but it's also a step in the right direction, but not enough is being done to fix what many, including some of my Chinese sources, say is a ticking time bomb.
A ticking time bomb? Whoa. Brad Garlinghouse tweeted this. Very cool to see how far NFT tech has come already, especially in comparison to my comic book collection growing up. Ripple's making case for XRP Ledger as a natural place for creators to register NFTs. That's an article. Polysign has been activated. Because now, after 3 years of us talking about BNY Mellon and all the people behind Polysign and what's going on, now they're coming out and they're telling you that BNY Mellon, or at least that a BNY Mellon executive is behind Polysign. Meet our all-star team. Tim Keeney is a veteran in institutional asset space, previously serving as a vice president chairman of BNY Mellon. His experience in global custody best positions Standard to meet the distinct needs of investors to unlock digital assets. Now, this is huge right here. Check this out. I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. Wow, congrats to iTrustCapital. They reached $2 billion in trading volume. Check this out. The milestone, let's see, world's leading digital asset IRA platform has reached $2 billion in trading volume on the company's second anniversary, which celebrates today, July the 8th. Milestone follows an impressive revenue growth for iTrustCapital since its inception. In 2019, the company's revenue was 14 $100,000. Last year saw that number grow to 3.1 million, and year to date for 2021, the figure spiked dramatically, reaching 20.6 million. Hitting 2 billion in trade volume before the end of our second year of existence proves there's a strong investor appetite to incorporate digital assets and physical gold and silver in their retirement accounts. Folks, this is a monster, and it's a monster because it's a blinking light for all of you out there who haven't done it. I've done it with 2 IRAs. Go in the description of my videos. These guys are a sponsor of mine, and click on the links. You can download the app. Actually, there is no app. You can go to their website through there. I was confusing that with link to another one of my sponsors, but if you go to their website, if you can sign up for an account. If you have an old 401k, or if you're leaving a company, you can roll it into one of those IRAs. Give these guys a call, and I've got a code in the description of my video that gives you a month off free as well. Big time. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that iTrustCapital has reached $2 billion in trading volume. That's unbelievable. Thanks for